Salone del Mobile and Stir present Design Voices, Think Next, produced by Dog Ear.
Welcome to the live podcast from Salone del Mobile Milano.
We are Amit Gupta, Editor-in-Chief of Stir, and William Bagnoli and Charlotte Bräuer of QA Studio. What's happening today? What are the ideas spreading in the fair? Follow us and let us meet the protagonist.
Inga Sempé.
Today, after so many years of practice and what we've also seen, the human behavior has changed and evolved over with the intervention of technology, with the intervention of the younger generation is looking at life very differently than what we used to look at. What is one gap you would like to fill within the industry today, given what tomorrow's generation could be looking for?
Oh, that's very difficult to answer. I'm not pretending to become the president of France. You know, someone has been picked up a few weeks before. I would like, for instance, I am fed up with one thing, but it's nothing related to young people. It's more about journalists, that they always say, you are doing a work that is into you create some pollution. Yes, okay. I think a lot of activities creating some pollution. If you are a writer, you are using some trees, you create some pollution, but this is not important toward journalists. So they say you create pollution, and they also say what you do is too expensive. So it means that they would prefer that everything is produced in China, where it gives more pollution, and it's less expensive because people are not getting paid. So we are always put into contradictions that we have first not have chosen. And when we work in Europe, in Italy, for instance, or in France, they say, well, it's too expensive. Of course, quality is expensive. And I think that what is important is that more stop complaining about the fact that things are expensive, but just look at why things are not expensive. What does it mean if it's not expensive? Is it that's an important point. It means that quality means using some good material to pay good people. It means, of course, it will be more expensive. That's why there is so much choice at the flea market to buy some qualitative things that look good, that work well, and the contemporary objects that may be too expensive. In 10 years, they will be less expensive on the flea market. So just wait a little, and you will always have some qualitative objects in your home for everybody. If you go at Emmaus, where people throw away a lot of objects, you can find some really wonderful things. So just to know that qualitative things, of course, it means more money. So, and I am fed up that all those critics are going more to designers where we do some small, tiny collection, a few objects per year, and not that much into fashion, which is a very big drama on earth, but they are paying all the commercials, so they don't have critics.
Flea market is also a very strong point where you get an identity of a culture being represented by every flea market in different cities, and the cultural identity becomes much more reinforces in flea market when you visit flea market in Milan, or flea market in Paris, or flea market in any small city. That represents the cultural identity of the people there and the origin of a design language from that part of the world.
Yes, but sometimes it vanishes with because at the flea market you can also find some old IKEA pieces, or even more recent, that are very common all over Earth. So it can sometimes be a little boring.
Do you still have time to go to a flea market? Do you still do that?
Yes, I don't go every week, but yes, I still, anyway, I have a lot of time, you know. I'm not working in a factory, it's, yes.
What was the last object you picked up in the flea market? Do you remember it?
It was in Finland. I bought a wooden spoon in a very nice, very nice shop. It was just a spoon for salad, and which has a small relief that helps the spoon not fall into the bowl, and that's why I picked it up.
That's already the second spoon in our conversation. Did you ever make one yourself,
Yes,
a
but,
spoon, a cutlery?
Yes, I did. I was asked for a competition, which was organized by Alessi and a newspaper. I don't remember why. They asked 5 designers to design a spoon to serve the risotto, which is a very important problem on Earth in Italy, and I won the competition. And then after that, I designed the whole cutlery collection that goes with this risotto spoon.
Can you describe us the spoon a little bit?
The spoon itself is very round. I wanted it to be linked to the pleasure of food, of daily food in Italy, because I always say that the big difference that pops up when you're French, when you compare it to Italy, that Italian, they can eat Italian food every day because it's affordable and good. Whereas if you are French, and especially if you're a student, you will eat Chinese, you will eat kebab, you won't eat French. It's too expensive because we became very pretentious. We are not cooking, we are doing gastronomie. It means that you can't eat French unless you pay 50 euro. So that's the spoon. I wanted it to look happy and round and soft as the pleasure of eating in Italy, linked to ice creams also. And what is the big difference between France and Italy?
So coming back to Salone and the highlights of Salone, what is one thing which you are expecting today and you would like to see as the next big thing?
The next big thing I would like to see are my projects. I'm here to see my project because usually you don't see the prototypes before. So I just saw for the first time the containers I did in a curved mirror for Glass Italia. So I was very happy about it because it looks, as it's curved mirror, it looks liquid. So I'm here to defend the project I've been working on since 2-3 years, and I hope they would interest some people. That's what I expect.
And what's your expectation from the world of creativity, where the world of creativity is going?
Oh, it's impossible to say. I just would like French market or French industry to be more interested into cooperation with designers, which is not really the case for the moment. But I'm lucky because I'm cooperating with 3 very industrial French companies, which is new. But it's a work in progress. I don't know what to expect. It's too general for me as a question. I expect quality to be more important, that people won't ask you about what are the trends, because I think it's very boring to answer such things and you always do some mistakes because it's hard to see trends where you are into it. Because the normality is made of trends, and then trends are out, and the normality looks unnormal. So I think, yes, the quality is the most important. It makes that the thing last more.
And collaboration is the key. You're right. And in today's world, I think the universe is getting smaller, and therefore the more you collaborate with the community and the universe you believe in, the more lateral design and thoughts will come out from the industry.
Well, anyway, I would say that my preferred country to work is Italy, because it's the place where everything is possible to be made. every technique, every material in a very short period of time. It's really the country of hope for designers, because it's here. You can go and visit a company and another at 20 kilometers, and that makes it very lively and not only electronic. Because when you work in other country, it's produced in other countries, so you get some images. You can't go and see the prototypes, and that's why it makes it so special working in Italy.
Is that important to you, that you work within the object and with your hands, I don't know, building mock-ups, or how is your approach?
Oh, we do a lot of mock-ups. Yes, a lot. It's really important, because even if we do, of course, 3Ds and mathematics, it's always important to have even bad mock-ups. They help so much to understand the volume, the many things, and to solve many problems. Yes, it's very important.
And you said that it's very hard to talk about trends, and I agree with you. As soon as it goes into what's the next color, or is it glass or is it fabrics, or in that sense.
Yeah.
But maybe there's a bigger direction that at least I have the feeling it's going, and your work is one of the first ones actually doing that, and that is maybe a more personal and emotional direction. I have the feeling, from rather solving everyone's assumed problems, it's going in a direction where it's the designer looks at himself and his own experience and designs that, and has other people actually feeling like a connection. Does it make sense?
I don't know
You don't
exactly.
Okay.
I think it's obvious that it's not only solving a problem. It's of course trying to do something different, something that has a presence, something that you will notice, but without being shocking, and without being too heavy. Yes, it's really important, but to me it's very obvious, so obvious that I don't mention it. It's maybe it's between trying to be a writer or just writing a list of the things that you have to write to buy to for your home. There is a big difference. You try to I try to design things in a different way, because I don't want to be bored, because processes are very long. So if you do something that you find boring, it means that you will be bored during 3 years. And so it's for me that I want it to be interesting. It doesn't mean that I want to have it at home. Never. It's not really never my purpose. It's really, I always imagine someone without age, without sex, without definite country that will use it. But not myself, but I always try to figure what would be the problem when you're not very accurate with an object. But this trying to bring some charm is my will, but to me it's obvious. You try to make something that you like. It's first, I'm my first public, even if I won't use it.
Great. First day at Salone today. Anything which strikes you, which you think one should not miss?
I'm really not a journalist. I just arrived. I haven't seen anything. No, I'm very the worst advisor for that.
Anybody you excited or delighted or looking forward to meet it in person?
I love Daniel Ribaken. He's a Norwegian designer and so funny. He's really someone I like a lot. But I already saw him yesterday.
Great. And so if you have to tell people, the audience today, that this is you've been coming to fair regularly for last so many years, beyond the one where it got shut down because of pandemic. What is one thing you'll tell the audience that they should not miss out on?
Maybe in general in Milan.
In general.
Your favorite gelato?
I don't know. Just walk the streets. It's so. And I think architecturally, about architecture, I think Milan is very interesting compared to Paris because the architecture of the 70s and 80s is qualitative. Whereas in Paris, there are boxes with the smallest dimensions and the ugliest windows. So I think that if you are fed up with bad French architecture, go to Milan. It's really interesting. Everything is very mixed up, and even the handles are nice. The stones are beautiful. There are also some ceramic tiles buildings that we don't have in Paris. That's very interesting. And that is what I love to look at in Milan.
Thank you, Inga. It was a pleasure talking to you. I think Charlotte and I enjoyed this conversation, and I hope you enjoyed it as much. Any last words to say? Anything which you would like to tell the audience and to tell the design community at large?
Yes, we all design community, all designer should thank more Italy, because I think that Italy was a little looked in a negative way in Europe because of Berlusconi, whereas it's a place where there is such a high culture. Even the taxi driver in Milan, they can talk about culture, art culture. You can't do any comparison with French Parisian taxi drivers. So I think I am really thankful to Italy, to who I owe all what I've been doing, because I began in Italy. And I think it's a country that has such a powerful and a will and the possibility of doing so different things that this is what I want to say.
Great.
Grazie Italia.
3 cheers to it. 3 cheers to Italy from Inga and all of us, and from the design voices of Salone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you.